Hi, it's Sandra, and I wanted to show you today a manicure. And what I wanted to use, well, actually, what I want to do is copy out of this box of magic one of the manicures that it shows in its little booklet. It dawned on me that since not everybody has gotten this, they may not know how to use come up with this manicure. So everything that they've put on here is from one of the plates that came from the box of magic. And I just wanted to show you the manicure and kind of walk you through what they used. And I just think it's such a cool manicure. I don't usually copy people's manicures right down to the last letter, and just because I got my own ideas. But this one I think is so great that I'm gonna put this on my hands and just wear it because I really like it. So let's go ahead and get started. The plate that they used for this is M412, and what's so cool about this plate, I mean, the full nail images are cool, but this, I don't know what you would call this person that's doing the psychic that's got the crystal ball. I think this is so cool. So what we're going to go ahead and get started. And the colors that they used are, one of them is from the box. The other one is not. And I just got my own color. And this is the one that I'm using with it. This is called Vintage, and it's like an aqua kind of color. And then from the box, they used Charmed. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to paint my fingernails, and I'm going to do let's see, I want to make sure I get this right. So I think my middle finger is the one that's going to be in this aqua looking color, or Vintage. And this is by Orly. And then the other fingers are going to be done in this Charmed. Now the other thing that they used, and if you got these, I am thoroughly impressed with these toppers, and I don't know what they call them, but they're fantastic. They really changed the color. And the one they used is Seaweed B477. So let's get started. Okay, so my nails are prepped and ready to go. And the last thing I do on my nails is I always put alcohol on there to take off all the oils and stuff out of my nails. And so I'm ready for the base coat. And because I've got so much of this Orly Bonder, I had found it on sale and, picked it up a couple times when I shouldn't have picked it up and all that. That's what I'm going to actually use as my base coat. So I'm going to go ahead and put this as my base coat on all my fingers, and I'll be right back. My last manicure was black, so if you see a little black in my nails, that was from the last manicure. I got as much off as I could, but with black, it's so difficult to get off. So what I'm going to do, because what I always do is I always forget when I have an odd color. So I'm going to paint the odd color, my middle finger, first. And this is that, like I said, this is Orly Vintage 20867. And it's a really pretty aqua. And by the way, I watched one of my grandson's videos, and they called this color cyan. Never heard of that before. Thought it was very interesting. I always called it aqua or teal is darker, I guess. But never heard of cyan. In all the years I've been alive, never heard of cyan. So learn something new every day. So find some cyan polish, the color cyan, or just pick up Vintage by Orly and paint those fingernails. Okay, so now I don't have to try and remember that finger is a different color. Now I'm going to take this polish from Maniology, and as you know, their stamping polishes can absolutely be used as regular polish. And I don't, on my fingers, they don't seem to last. The stamping polish does not seem to last as long as regular polish on my nails. I don't know why. And I presume that with this, because this polish is so much thicker and a lot more opaque, that you should probably only use one coat, but I always put two. I don't know, I feel better with 2. So I'm going to put 2 coats of polish on here. And on my thumb too. Okay, and I'm going to do the other hand. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got 2 coats of the purple on, and I ended up doing a 3rd coat of the cyan color. So now we're going to reverse paint what we need, and what we need is actually 2 of these designs, 1 for each hand, and we need 2 of these designs. And I'm going to do another design, and that is going to be the crystal ball. Okay, so let's do this one first. So I've got my dotting tool, and I'm going to do, just like in the picture, I'm going to do the moons in yellow. And by the way, I've already done the other hand, so that way I want you to see me reverse stamp. So I've already done one for the other hand. So I'm going to take this yellow and I'm going to go in on the moons. Reverse paint those. I always like to look on the back to make sure I didn't miss anything major that you can really see. Okay, so there's that one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the cyan, and I'm going to do the little stars. And all I'm going to do is basically the middles, just to get the color on there. Now, I don't know about you, but this color combination is like one of my favorite color combinations. On the bigger one, I put a little bit more on there. And then just go and do all these. Okay, so there you have it. There's that one. And you can see, it turned out perfect. All right, now what I'm going to do is this crystal ball. And what I'm going to use for that is a cyan. But because this is such a huge area to reverse paint, what I'm going to do, and I just grabbed the wrong brush, is I'm going to use, nope, that's not it either. Have it out. I only like to use brushes when I actually have a lot of space to fill. Because if I use it on the brushes on regular images, I have a tendency to actually use it like a brush and it just screws it up. I'm going to find my brush. Hold on. Okay, so here's the brush that I'm going to use, and it's a Maniology brush, brush 106. And I'm going to use the cyan color. I'm going to fill this whole ball in. Don't be skimpy with the polish when you do reverse painting, because you don't want to be dragging this stuff through and ruining your design. So I'm just going to go through. Okay, that looks good. You can see it. Get a little bit more on the side over here. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my dotting tool. I clean off my brush, and I'm going to do the lady. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do, and I don't know about you, but when I reverse paint, I try to strategically plan out what thing I'm gonna reverse paint first, because sometimes you can save yourself a lot of aggravation if you paint something first, so that way you don't have to worry about where the paint goes. So I'm gonna start off by painting the crystal ball, the moon and everything in here. Stars, moon, whatever, everything in there I'm gonna paint yellow. Now, when I go, next I'm going to do is the hands. And she's got the hand here. Let's scoot down on this a little bit. So she's got a hand over the crystal ball, and she's got a hand over here on the side. And it looks like they did it in like a gold color. Now, since I did the crystal ball first, I can be sloppy on the hands by the crystal ball because I've already put the color on there, and it's not, anything I put on top of that yellow is not going to show through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my yellow, or my gold, I'm sorry. I'm going to do her hands gold. And I'm going to do the base gold, the base of the crystal ball. So let's do the base of the crystal ball. I'm not sure if that'll even show up on my nails because my nails are not that long, but we'll see. Okay, so now I'm going to do the hands. Okay, now if you look at the picture, it looks like her gown here is actually purple, like the color that we got in the kit. But then this is left green, the cyan color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the purple on her robe, or whatever you would call it. So I'm going to do that in purple. So I'm going to come up to here. I'm not going to do the little hood. I'm going to flip this over because I want to make sure I got all the hand before yeah, it looks good. Before I go over this with purple. Because remember, now that I have the gold on the hand, I don't have to fret about the purple getting on it. So I can be a little sloppier with the purple. However, you know, these images are so small, it's always hard to get to me, it's very difficult. So I'm going to go underneath here. Okay, so there she is. Flip her over. She looks good. Okay. All right, so my fingernails are pretty dry. So now what I'm going to do is put the magic polish on there, and that is Seaweed. So I'm going to put this on all my fingers. And I mean, look, okay, so this is before the Seaweed. And look at it after. I just think these colors, these translucent colors are just so pretty. I mean, look at that. Big difference. And that's how they get that look that they have in the picture. And they tell you this on the little booklet that they give you. And by the way, when I did this, I guessed on what was the exclusive items, and of course I was wrong. No, I think I got one right. I think I said the stamper was exclusive. So the exclusive things were the, if you don't know by now, was the stamper and the jewels that they gave us. And those little jewels are really cute too. So we're going to actually add one on to my nails. All right, so there it is with that on, and there it is without. I just think it really is, these are really pretty. If you have not bought these, I really think that they're worth the money. They really change. Any manicure that you do is going to be changed by using this. And you could use this for, you know, not only Halloween, but for Christmas, for every day. Instead of buying, you know, a million different nail polishes that can give you this kind of look, you can put this as a topper on anything. And if you don't know me by now, I am a very messy fingernail painter. So that's just the way it is. But I'm an excellent cleaner upper. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit. Let our prints, our reverse stamps dry a little bit, and then we'll apply them. Okay, so on my pinky finger right here, and my pointer finger is going to be this. So I don't have to reverse paint anything to apply this one. So let's go ahead and do that. Get out my scraper. My stamper. Okay, so that is going to go on my pointer and my pinky. So I'm going to flip this over. And I think I'm going to try to get a sun and a moon on this. There you go. And then, oh, I don't think I have enough for the pinky. So I'm going to have to do it again. Just enough for one. Get this very clean here. I hate it when I go to stamp and I've got stuff on my stamper and it of course adheres to my nail and it becomes part of my design and I didn't want it. A line here, a circle here, you know. So, okay, there's one. And I like to wipe these after I'm done because cotton just seems to, the little cotton fibers go everywhere. All right, so I'm going to do this. Just give it a scrape. All right, I'm going to try to do the same thing with my pinky. Get a sun and a moon on there. Okay, so there's my pinky and my pointer. Okay, I'm going to clean off this stamper. All right, now the rest are my things that I created. Okay, so I'm going to do the fortune teller on the cyan color, and I'm going to do the stars and the moon on this one. So what I'm going to do, because I'm not sure, looks like that this is not too dry. So I'm going to actually take my smudge-free top coat and use that on here and here. Let that dry for a couple minutes, a couple seconds, not minutes. And then we're going to apply this. Oh, let's do this one because this one is the one I did a while ago. And then on my thumb, I'm going to do the crystal ball. And what's cool about that one is that there's actually sayings that go into the crystal ball. So we'll look at that. Okay, so. Okay, we should be okay. So now I'm going to take the fortune teller. I'm going to put her on here. And I want the bats on here too. So I'm going to put her on here as much as I can get of her on there. And it looks like I did not get the base of her crystal ball, but it still looks very cool. Okay, and then I'm going to take the little moon and stars and put that on. And I want at least one moon and some stars. Okay. I think that is so pretty. Okay, so there's 4 fingers done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my smudge-free top coat. I'm going to put that on my thumb. And let that dry a little bit. And I'm going to take... First thing I need to do is do a base for my crystal ball. And if you can see, we've got a choice of a couple bases. We got this one and the skull one. And I think I'll do the skull one. So I'm going to put that on my thumb first, and then I'm going to put my crystal ball. And then you can see they've got some words here. Love, fate, and what's this? Destiny, fortunes told, sees all, knows all. You're full of magic. So all different kinds of little sayings to go in this crystal ball, which I think is a great idea. So let's go ahead and do the stand. There it is. Okay, and there's the stand. I don't feel like reverse painting that. I'm just going to put it on just like that. So put this on my thumbnail. Oh, and I see a wandering black dot. Okay. So put this on here. So there's the stand. And now I'm going to take my crystal ball, put that on top. Okay. And now I'm going to take one of those phrases and put it inside the crystal ball. I think what I'm going to do is just fortunes told. I think that's kind of cool. So I'm going to use that one. Just up here. I didn't get, well, yeah, I did. Okay, I got it all. So I'm going to put that on in the center of this. There you go. Isn't that cute? So there is the manicure that Maniology came up with in this box, this Halloween box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to put my final coats of top coat, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so there you have it. They're all cleaned up. And let's look at the picture. So there's the picture of their nails. And there's mine. So it's pretty close. They don't show you the thumb. And there's our thumb, my thumb. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And for those that didn't get the box, you know, I totally understand. That's a lot of money. But you certainly can buy this piece by piece. So, oh, and you know what? One more thing. I want to actually use, sorry, I was going to let you go. And I forgot about the little jewels that they gave us. So these unfortunately are not going to be for sale from my understanding. So you could put a little jewel on this. You could put it in here, or you could put it, you know, in one of these, in the stars, or in the moon or something. They are all different sizes, and they're really pretty. So there's an orange one, and they definitely match the theme of the box. So if you want to use those, if you did get the box and you want to put one of those in there, they're very cute. Just realize that these jewels, they never last on your nails very long. So I never get them to last more than a couple days. And I use a rhinestone glue that I put on there. But anyway, that's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that, you know, you are inspired by this idea. Definitely get that plate. I think that plate, you know, that one plate did all this. And I think that it's a very unique plate. And after you collect so many of these, uniqueness is what you're always looking for. So thanks for watching.